Hey everyone, welcome back to another explainer brought to you by Forge College. Now, I know in our last lesson we took this super fascinating high-level detour into synthesizing Solana AI tooling. And man, that was a blast, right? But today, today we're pivoting right back into the deep, dark, mysterious depths of the Ethereum virtual machine, the EVM. So, grab your flashlights and your magnifying glasses, because things are about to get really interesting. Okay, so picture this. Have you ever deployed a smart contract, fired off a transaction, and then just stared in absolute horror at the gas cost? Just sitting there thinking, where on earth did all my gas go? Well, today, you're no longer just a Web3 developer or a casual observer. You're a forensic detective. And your crime scene? A recently executed smart contract. Our mission right now is to sweep that scene, dust for prints, and find exactly where that transaction spent your precious gas. So, here is our investigative roadmap to crack this case. First, we'll open up the EVM detective agency. Second, we'll examine the anatomy of a trace. Third, we'll learn the interrogation technique. Fourth, we'll review some real-world gas guzzlers. Fifth, we'll fetch traces with code. And lastly, we'll build your debug report. All right, let's jump in. Part 1, the EVM detective agency. Imagine us ducking under that yellow police tape, pulling out our notepads, and walking right onto the freshly executed grid of a smart contract. We're looking for clues, right? And the EVM leaves a very specific type of footprint behind. Our primary piece of evidence is called an execution trace. Now, if you're a beginner, please don't panic. You're not going to be staring at green matrix code falling down your screen trying to decode it in real time. An execution trace is honestly just a structured log. Think of it like the most detailed, itemized grocery receipt you have ever seen. It records the precise sequence of EVM opcodes, call frames, and state diffs produced while a transaction runs. It's just a highly structured chronological record of exactly what happened, step by step. Moving on to Part 2, Anatomy of a Trace. Before we can analyze our evidence to find that missing gas, we really need to understand exactly what this log is made of. We gotta know what we're looking at before we can spot what's wrong. So there are three main suspects we're gonna find in our trace. Think of these as the layers of our crime scene. First up is the call frame. With fields like from, to, and value, this shows us the inner contract boundaries. It literally tells us exactly who called who, and it can point out reentrancy surfaces. Next is the opcode step. This uses fields like op and PC to pinpoint exact instructions. This shows us the temporary movements and calculations happening in the EVM's memory. And finally, the most notorious suspect, the storage diff. This shows changes to actual storage, the expensive, permanent ink of the blockchain. Operations like SSTORE live here, and they are your absolute primary optimization targets, because writing to the blockchain permanently is where your gas bill usually skyrockets. Part 3, the interrogation technique. Okay, so we have our raw opcode evidence. But look, a giant pile of evidence doesn't solve a crime by itself, right? How do we actually interrogate this data to get a confession out of our smart contract? Well, we use a highly effective three-step interrogation loop. Step 1, cause. You look at the trace and identify a localized behavior, like finding a loop that's just firing way too many times. Step 2, evidence. This is where you write down the hard numbers. You record the gas delta, which is the difference in gas before and after the operation, and you note the repetition count. Finally, step 3, hypothesis. This is where you propose a mitigation, like, say, switching to batch writes instead of single repeating writes. This technique perfectly maps the raw data of what happened into the actionable intelligence of what we actually need to do about it. Which brings us to Part 4, real-world gas guzzlers. Let's look at some actual mugshots here. We're going to review a classic case study featuring two very different culprits of high gas usage. And to the untrained eye, these guys look pretty superficially similar at first glance. On the left side of our lineup, we have the loop, or as I like to call him, the repeated storage offender. This culprit creates repeated call and SSTORE clusters. If a cluster costs 30,000 gas and runs 50 times inside a loop, well, you do the math. The cost just multiplies exponentially. Then, on the right side, we have heavy computation, affectionately known as the math nerd. This trace spends a massive amount of gas, but it does it in a single, deep arithmetic calculation using incredibly expensive opcodes like mul or exp. The whole point here is that your trace evidence dictates completely different optimization strategies. For the loop, you absolutely need to batch your storage writes, but for the math nerd, you might need to rethink your algorithm entirely or move that heavy math off-chain. Part 5, fetching traces with code. To actually interrogate this data and find these guzzlers, we can't just politely ask the contract for a printout. We need to set up a technical wiretap on our local node. Let's see how to build our toolkit without getting overwhelmed. You don't need a PhD to do this. We'll keep it high level. First, you simply target your local RPC node, usually localhost 8545. Then you request the debug_trace transaction method. Now, here's a pro tip. Use the call tracer option. It gives you this incredibly compact, call-centric structure that is so much easier for a human to read. After that, you traverse the frames recursively with a simple naive walker script in Node.js, and you just count specific high-cost opcodes, like our old friend SSTORE. Boom, you are programmatically extracting the exact evidence you need to make your case. And finally, part 6, building your debug report. We've gathered the evidence, we've analyzed the opcodes, and now it's time to build our comprehensive case dossier. This is the final deliverable, guys. The debug report is the true value of all this hard work. This document transforms your raw, low-level trace observations into prioritized, evidence-backed candidates that align perfectly with your project scope. This is the magical moment where those abstract hotspots turn into concrete, actionable engineering observations that your dev team can actually use to fix the contract. Now, if you only take one thing away from our investigation today, let it be this golden rule of thumb. Separate symptoms from root causes by following call frames and opcode sequences to see whether cost accumulates from repeated calls, persistent writes, or heavy computation. That right there summarizes the entire investigative mindset you need for effective EVM analysis. Don't just stare at the high gas bill. Follow the opcodes to find out exactly why the bill is so high in the first place. So, I'm going to leave you with a provocative question to ponder. Are your smart contracts hiding gas leaks in plain sight? Think about the code you wrote last week. Could there be a math nerd or a storage offender lurking in there right now? This teases up perfectly for our next lesson on identifying and prioritizing bottlenecks. To master these investigative techniques, access more resources, and really level up your Web3 knowledge, make sure you head over to forge.college. This explainer was brought to you by Forge College. Thanks so much for joining the detective agency today. Keep your code optimized, and I'll see you in the next one.